BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzyme. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Hi, this is Devin Lockett, the president of Job Site Route. As the son of a general contractor, I know how difficult it can be to get good food on the job site. And letting your construction workers leave the job site to buy lunch just takes valuable time away from them being on the site. I've developed an app and a program that will bring a steady stream of food trucks to your job sites every month for the low price of only $100 per month per site. That comes up to about $3 per day to have a steady stream of food trucks coming to your job sites all day, every working day. You can also contact the food trucks ahead of time and pre-order your food from the menu on our app. This saves valuable time for your construction workers and for you. It also sends a variety of delicious food served on Southern California food trucks to your job sites all day. When you think about it, it only makes sense to join the Job Site Route Network.
Hello. Good afternoon from here on the West Coast. So if it's afternoon here on the West Coast, and it's afternoon everywhere in the country except Hawaii and maybe Alaska, how's everybody doing? And thank you for watching BiomedRx TV. I'm your host, Devin Lockett, and you know this is the show where we talk about high-tech holistic healthcare solutions and living a healthy lifestyle. We deal with anti-aging and peak performance, trying to get the most out of your brain and out of your body, and try to live the highest quality of life and the healthiest lifestyle possible. Remember, I am not a physician, and nothing that you see on BiomedRx TV or any of the Devin Lockett channels, or any of my channels for that matter, constitute medical advice or legal advice in any way. I highly recommend that you consult your professional healthcare provider when doing anything that we suggest or that we don't suggest. All right, having said all of that, let's get into today's subject. Today's subject is the bodybuilding lifestyle. I've been very fortunate. No, I'm not a big, huge, Incredible Hulk type of guy, but I got a little bit of mass, right? I got a little bit of muscle mass especially for my age, right? And I started a long time ago. I started actually about, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago, 40 years ago, something like that. Yeah, about 40 years ago. Right. At about 16, 17 years of age, lifting weights. I had some very good friends. Shout out to Patrick and Philip Butte. I had some very good friends that were twins, that were good childhood friends of mine, that took me to a bodybuilding gym on Dalman Road. I'll never forget it. And kind of broke my cherry into bodybuilding and taught me the bodybuilding lifestyle. And I ended up, as a teenager, before I went into the United States Air Force, I ended up sneaking into the gym at Southern University of New Orleans, which was very close to my childhood home, as well as the University of New Orleans, UNO. Snuck into both of their gyms and did a lot of weightlifting and everything before going into the Air Force. And then once I went into the Air Force, bodybuilding and fitness was just a part of my life. And I was fortunate enough not only to explore resistance training and aerobic training for building muscles, but also endurance training. So I like to run. I like to ride my bicycle. I love to swim. I like getting into the endurance cardiovascular type of exercise. Now, that's kind of what I want to talk to you about, because right now I'm teaching my son bodybuilding. My son Kai is 15 years old. He's already taller than me, and he's a pretty big guy. He's building some pretty big guns. We call this the Summer of Swole. This summer that we just finished, he just went back to school as a sophomore in high school, and I'm very proud of my son. And I'm glad that I'm able to teach him the habits that have served me so well throughout my life. It's very good to have muscles, especially for a young man. Bodybuilding, resistance training, weightlifting not only strengthens the body, but it also strengthens the mind, and it strengthens the self-image. A young man, especially a young man that's an adolescent, that's going through puberty and experiencing what we call the awkward age or the awkward stage, can gain grace of movement and poise, and become more accustomed to having the big, tall, long, lanky body that he's growing into as a young man by practicing weightlifting, by practicing resistance training. It's also a good way for a young man to work out his sexual frustration, right? That's right. Go ahead on and hit the like, hit the subscription button, and hit the bell for notifications, as well as comment and share the videos. I appreciate it. What was I saying? Yes, it's also a good confidence booster. It makes a young man attractive because he's building muscle, and the ladies are attracted to him. So it's good for the budding ego, right, or the budding self-image of a young man. Bodybuilding is just good all the way around. Now, bodybuilding also has its drawbacks, right? It also has its dangers and its risks. You can risk injury if you're not training with good form. If you're trying to advance in the amount of weight that you're using and the exercises that you're doing too quickly, you run a risk of muscular injury. And a muscular injury can really set you back. I mean, I can show you right here. I tore my bicep. Not sure if you can see it here, but I tore my bicep. You can see it's kind of a bump, a double hump. And it takes a little bit of time to recover. It's very painful to recover. And sometimes people strain their back or strain certain parts of the body and they never fully recover. The rotator cuffs, the shoulders, are particularly susceptible to injury because they're rotator cuffs. And so there are at least 4 heads of muscle attached to that comprise the deltoid. So it's very easy to injure your shoulders, for example. And once you injure your shoulders, it pretty much takes you out of upper body training for the duration until your shoulders heal. There are a lot of things to watch out for. But what I'm talking about today is aging as a bodybuilder. If you've spent your young life, maintaining a healthy amount of muscle mass, doing a good amount of resistance training, lifting weights, being a bodybuilder and or power lifter in your own right. And you don't have to be a professional level bodybuilder to call yourself a bodybuilder. If you're a person who practices bodybuilding, regardless of what your level of muscle mass is or expertise in the field, in the industry of bodybuilding, or it doesn't really matter how advanced you are. A bodybuilder is still a bodybuilder. Now, if you have been smart enough to maintain a good amount of muscle mass throughout your young life, meaning throughout your 20s and 30s and hopefully throughout your 40s, this is going to go a long way toward maintaining long telomeres. In other words, maintaining a very youthful appearance, maintaining a physical age which is less than your chronological age, or a physical age which is less than those who share your chronological age. And to be honest with you, that's something that I'm enjoying right now. That's a state that I'm enjoying right now. And it has its drawbacks, okay? I just want to be very clear about it. Having maintained a lot of muscle mass, or more muscle mass than usual, throughout your young life, as you get older, even if you continue training and your muscles begin to atrophy, the role that your muscles used to play, because muscles are not only good for size and strength and looking sexy and actually being sexy, performing well, they are also a store of glycogen, right? That's why if you notice when you're big and buff and you want to go out and drink and party, you can do that because all of that excess sugar from the alcohol is being stored in your muscles. And so you can, unfortunately, those of us who have treated our bodies more like an amusement park than like a temple understand this. When your muscles get smaller as you get older, that sugar has to be stored somewhere. And that sugar storage usually shifts to the liver. So one of the drawbacks of the bodybuilding lifestyle is that as you age, you can develop fatty liver because your muscles can shrink. They're going to come down. I'm trying to discuss the bodybuilding wind down here. Okay, so you can age gracefully and benefit from having had a lifestyle of maintaining muscle mass through bodybuilding training, as long as you know how to do it. You want to maintain your muscle mass as long as possible because you don't want to put that added burden of glycogen storage onto your liver and give yourself a case of fatty liver. This is why so many coaches, especially the coaches that used to be professional sports players, end up with the high belly, right? They have the coach's body, which has got, shoulders and chest and back and arms and everything nice and buff, but they have a beer belly of sorts that kind of starts up high. Well, that's because of the inflammation of the liver. That's because the liver is now being taxed to store the excess sugar that used to be stored in your muscles. Okay? That's something that you have to be very concerned about, and you have to work hard.
Even superheroes and supermodels need a daily dose of nutrients to help make life more super. BiomedRx Supplements is making it easy to get exactly what you need. From kids to seniors, they've got something for everyone. Pretty cool, right? Check out their products at biomedrxsupplements.com.
Yes. As I was saying, you have to work hard to make sure that you are backing out of having that huge muscular physique in a way that maintains optimum health for yourself. In other words, you're going to have to change your lifestyle. You're going to have to change your caloric intake. You're going to have to change the balance of how you train. Yes, you still want to do resistance training. You still want to maintain muscle mass, because remember, the difference between an old man and an elderly man is muscle mass, right? You don't want your muscle mass to diminish. However, you have to take care of your heart. You have to take care of your lungs. You have to take care of your entire cardiovascular system. Another thing you have to be concerned about is high blood pressure. When you have large muscles, you have more arteries, you have more arterioles. Your arterial cavity is larger. The arterial cavity consists of the left ventricle, the aorta, all of your arteries, and all of your arterioles, all the way down to the tiniest point in your capillaries. And that cavity, right, is where you suffer from high blood pressure if that cavity is under high pressure, right, under hypertension. So if you have the same amount of muscle going through a smaller arterial cavity because your muscles are shrinking, your muscles are atrophying with age, then you're going to have high blood pressure. High blood pressure is, unfortunately, one of the things that the aging bodybuilder has to deal with, just like fatty liver is one of the things that the aging bodybuilder has to deal with. Another thing you might be concerned about is damage that has been done to your bones, damage that has been done to your spine if you've been doing heavy squats and heavy deadlifts, damage that has been done to your, like I said before, your rotator cuffs, your shoulders, if you have been doing heavy anything in upper body or doing any upper body exercise without good form. Damage that has been done to your knees if you have been doing leg presses or squats. Believe me, there's a lot of neuromuscular damage that can take place, and there's definitely a lot of bone damage that can take place as a result of overtraining in bodybuilding, as well as training with improper form. So you got to be careful with that. But if you're a seasoned bodybuilder, as I am, when you reach your mid-50s or your late 50s or even beyond that, then you should know through experience, hard experience, how to avoid having these injuries of kids, right? These kids bodybuilding injuries, these injuries of youth recur when you are a mature or a seasoned or a veteran bodybuilder. I'm just trying to give you the tips and tricks that you need in order to maximize the good decisions that you have made in your life if you have maintained a certain amount of strength and a certain amount of mass in your physique as you got older. Okay? Train, lift, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Pick heavy things up and put them back down. Do this with good form and repeat, right? So what do? You keep lifting weights and you add in a lot of cardio. You add in a lot of yoga. Yoga is good for strength and flexibility, which is very important when you're building muscle mass. It's also good for balance. If you're going to be lifting weights, the best weights you can lift are free weights. And yoga, learning how to balance yourself and how to balance the weight of your own body is very good toward helping you balance the weights that you're lifting when you're bodybuilding. So just kind of understand that and feel that and hold it in your heart, because yoga is your friend. And I also recommend swimming. Why? Because swimming exercises your entire body from head to toe, from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Swimming forces your heart to pump blood all over your body. So swimming is a training that happens from the inside out. Now, I, for one, have been a swimmer throughout my entire life and throughout my entire, I guess you could say, career or tenure as a bodybuilder. So I always made sure to work on my overall cardiovascular system at the same time of building muscle. Some people consider that counterintuitive to building, and perhaps it is. Maybe it is. But right now, at 57 years old, I'm enjoying a robust state of good health as a result of, kind of following that cross-training regimen, bodybuilding along with swimming, which, of course, is what I recommend. So I always get what I have to say out very quickly. And I want to move you guys over to the next studio so that we can talk about some other things that you could or should do that would help you to maintain the optimum state of health as you age and still maintain a sexy and sexually attractive physique. All right, well, here we are in my biomagnetic pair therapy studio. One of the things that I would suggest, if you're aging, whether you spent your youth practicing resistance training and bodybuilding or not, is inversion. I don't know if you can see here, I have an inversion table. You should practice hanging upside down. Inversion is not only good for the spine, it's very good for the spine. It's very good for decompressing the discs between your vertebrae and helping to rebuild those discs. Many of us, most of us, especially those of us who've been lifting weights, tend to have compressed discs from doing exercises like overhead presses, squats, deadlifts. So the inversion table helps you to decompress these compressed discs or perhaps herniated discs and restore your spine to a state of health. It also helps with your circulation. It helps your body to circulate from head to toe. It's very good to give yourself some time upside down for your heart and for your body. Inversion is very good. And then, of course, you guys see me do biomagnetic pair therapy on a regular basis. I use pairs of permanent magnets to depolarize relationships that may exist between pathogens that may reside in the body. When I don't have any pathogens, then I do a detox boost, meaning I boost the function of my detoxification organs, liver, pancreas, bladder, lungs, intestines, and anyway. So this biomagnetic balancing is very good. It's very good to basically regulate the function of your digestive system as well as your detoxification organs. Drink a lot of water. Always drink a lot of water. And as you know, I always make my recommendation of a little bit of dimethyl sulfoxide with zinc, iodine, and magnesium under the tongue every day, combined with a lot of hydration and a lot of sauna. Okay, remember to purify your body by getting sauna as frequently as possible. Hopefully you have access to a gym that has a sauna and you can make that a part of your regimen as well as swimming. So I hope this was helpful. If you like the videos that I do here on this channel, subscribe to the BiomedRx TV channel on Patreon as well. Patreon.com/BiomedRx TV. You can hit us up on Cash App if you want to throw us a little bit of money, if you appreciate what we're doing. Every little bit helps. And of course, subscribe to the Devin Lockett channels, as well as Devin Lockett on Patreon, patreon.com/Devin Lockett. I'm heading back to my office now.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Nice, nice. Isn't that cool? Commercial comes on and it goes back off and I'm over here. So once again, I really appreciate you guys joining me on these videos. If there's anything you'd like me to discuss in the BiomedRx TV, on the BiomedRx TV channel, just mention it in the comments below, or you can send me an email to info@biomedrx.tv or info@devinlockett.tv. And if there are any products that you would like me to demo, you can contact me via those email addresses, or you can send it to the physical address in Beverly Hills that you're going to see scrolling across the screen in the closing credits. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it, as always. I want everyone to stay kind, because, you know, kind is not only the new sexy, kind is the only damn sexy. I want everyone to stay blessed. I want everyone to stay healthy. Thank you for watching BiomedRx TV. I'll see you on the next live. Peace.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www www.biomedrxsupplements.com.